If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe and bell icon for more videos. Peace out, guys. Hey guys, I'm Mikey. I'm back here for the video, guys. There will be 70 things that we know about Madden 18 as of right now. Number 1, new Frostbite engine. Obviously, the new Frostbite engine is going to allow a lot of things for EA to do that they were not able to do in the past. You know, it's going to give a lot of new advancements, a lot of new tools, and it's just all together going to make a lot of things easier. Number 2 is going to be an XP system. Now, when you play solos, when you play head-to-head, when you do anything in Madden, you're going to earn XP. When your level gets higher, you unlock more things. You're able to do more things. You're able to play the game and just all around get matched up with higher end players. Number 3 is the new cornerback system. Now with the cornerbacks, they play a little bit differently. You can line up cornerbacks based on overall, based on height, based on speed, based on depth chart. So you actually can line them up every single play with one certain player, and you don't have to change it throughout the game. Number 4, no MUT Master set. MUT Master will now be an objective list, and Tom Brady will not be the reward. In order to do the objective list, you will have to play head-to-head, solo challenges, and complete sets. So with that in mind, it's the same idea as a set, but it's not 100% a set. Number 5, upgradable players. Every single team now has 4 players that are upgradable through sets. These players can be upgraded using team tokens plus the players you get from the pack, what's called the introduction pack, based on whatever team or player you choose. With that in mind, you can upgrade these players. Also, for example, day 1, Mike Evans, if you get his 70 overall card from the Buccaneers team pack, you can upgrade him all the way up to a 91. Example right there. Number 6, no bronze cards in Madden. Other than the initial team packs and initial base set of bronze cards will not be in packs in Madden 18. So that means that it's just silver, gold, and elite. With that in mind, it's going to be a little bit different. Number 7, no team items in packs. With just like no bronze cards, team items also are being removed from the packs. The only difference is team items can still be achievable if you go ahead and complete sets. You need to put silvers and golds into sets to get team tokens. Those team tokens can be used to get stadiums, uniforms, and playbooks and coaches in order to rock your team with them. Number 8 is going to be Journey and Gauntlet are coming back. Very exciting in solo challenges. Gauntlet solos and Journey solos all coming back this year, so we will see them once again like we did last year. Very exciting, definitely something to get excited about. Number 9, next solo option. So when you're in a solo sequence, we'll say you're in a solo sequence of 16. Instead of quitting the game and having to go through the loading screen, you can just click on next solo option, which will take you from one solo to the next solo without any hesitation, without any kind of loading screen. Very nice, and slows down, it saves times a lot. Number 10, soundtrack. The soundtrack was released. I have a video on it. A lot of people love the soundtrack. A lot of people hate the soundtrack. With that in mind, though, we do know the soundtrack. Number 11, new tier system. So pretty much now how it's going to work is, as I was saying before with no bronzes, elites are 80 to 99, golds are 70 to 79, and then silvers are 60 to 69. Anything 59 and lower will be bronze, but it will only be for the base set, and there will be no other bronze cards. With that in mind, number 12, new pack odds. Apparently, EA says they are listening to us very much and understand that we want new pack odds. So with that in mind, pack odds will seem to be increased. Number 13, new trade block. Trade block is now a little bit different. To kind of limit down on farm accounts, what EA is doing now is, let's say you trade a card to someone else, or you trade it to another account because you have it on a farm account. That card becomes non-auction tradable until it is returned to the main owner. So the person who first traded over, if you trade it over to somebody, it becomes non-auction tradable until you trade it back, and then of course it becomes auction tradable for the original owner. With that in mind, guys, it's going to be definitely interesting. I do have a video on saying why this will not kill, the whole entire farm accounts, but it's definitely going to limit it a lot. With that in mind, Weekend League is also making a new addition coming over from FIFA. Weekend League is a really awesome game mode. Pretty much if you play, I think it's head-to-head throughout the week. During the weekends, you are ranked up in a certain tier so that you can get certain rewards based on how many head-to-head games you play throughout the week. Next one we have here is going to be team play. Team play will, this will be just the base team play where you just go ahead and play against, you play with 2 other friends against 3 other people randomly with the regular teams online. Now, number 16 will be Mutt Squad. So, a little bit different than team play because this is an ultimate team. What happens is you have an offensive coach, you have an offensive player, a defensive player, and a coach. Offensive player inputs his offense. Defensive player imports his defense. Coach brings over the uniforms, stadium, coach, and finally the playbooks. So with that in mind, it's just all together. You come together, you play a game versus 2 other people. If you don't have anyone to play with, you can play by yourself, and then they'll match you up with 2 other people versus 3 other people. Very fun time. Number 17. Mutt 18 loyalty sets. Mutt 18 loyalty sets were confirmed and actually will post on Mutthead because Jake Stein did reveal them. With that in mind, they definitely look to be very interesting. They are rewarding you if you did do Mutt Ultimate, Midseason Master. Mutt Master, Midseason Master, and Ultimate Master last year. You get 14 loyalty vouchers, plus you get other stuff for doing different things from last season. With that in mind, 18 is new overall system. Overalls actually matter this year, and it's not just going to be a +1, +2 overall difference when it comes to players playing. You will actually see a higher rated player actually play good, and he'll actually be able to, see a difference in one player to another player, even if it's only a 1 or 2 overall difference. With that in mind, though, 19 is actually going to be not confirmed yet, but Jake Stein did allude to it on Twitter. Possibility of injuries coming back. So pretty much, if you guys remember back in the day in old Madden, we had injury cards, and we actually had that in NBA 2K, I believe. We also had it back in the day. There wasn't certain injuries. It was just you had injury cards, and a player did get hurt, then they're able to actually, you'll probably an injury card and they're able to get better. With that in mind, though, number 20 is going to be new targeting system. So obviously now with the passing being changed, there's a new targeting system where you can actually target a certain player. Let's say you put a little dot on the field and you tell the receiver, hey, I'm going to throw the ball there, and they have to get to that dot in order to catch the ball. Number 21 is ratings actually matter. So what we're seeing this season is ratings actually do matter. Awareness, strength. Last year was a joke. Was these don't really matter. This season, all the ratings for every single player will matter. So that means that you have to really be, careful when selecting players because they actually do matter for once. Finally, right? Number 22 is going to be player borders. So around every single player borders, you will no longer see gold, elite, or silver around the borders. Now you will see whatever the program is. So if the team of the week, they will have a green border. If they're, let's say, man of the month returns, they're going to be a red border. Whatever program, a legend would be a blue border. Whatever program that they are will have that border reflected on the card. Number 23 is going to be Madden Story Mode. So Madden Story Mode is actually coming back, and it should be a quite interesting experience. So Madden Story Mode, it's going to be something that they worked on a lot this offseason, and it's going to just probably bring in a lot of new faces and a lot of new people. So with that in mind, it should be kind of interesting. I believe you can only play as one player, and you kind of go from his high school all the way to he gets drafted. Number 24 is going to be, they didn't make too much changes to franchise mode. Now, obviously, franchise mode is something a lot of people love. A lot of people, some people just play franchise mode. They don't play Ultimate Team. I know a lot of people who just play franchise mode, and that's the kind of not the greatest. It's not going to be changed much. It's going to be pretty much the same, aspects, the same type of stuff it was this year. So it's going to be kind of in that same ballpark. Number 25 is going to be coaching adjustments. Now, when you go into your settings in the game, you can actually go to a menu and you can actually choose if you want to be aggressive, you want to be balanced, or conservative. And as you go through each different setting, you can choose which one you want to be. Obviously, some have pros, some have cons to each different setting. So you have to pick and choose based on those factors. Next one we have here is going to be top 5s at each position. What we saw so far is we had top 5 players at each position. So far as they released linemen, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receiver, tight ends, linebackers, defensive ends, and of course the list will continue as we go on throughout the days. Number 27 is rookie ratings. So rookie ratings was also released. Very, very exciting. To see how the rookies actually rating-wise is overall. If you guys would like to check out on Twitter, go check it out. They actually have the rookies reacting to the ratings and, acting like, okay, what do you think of this rating? And obviously a lot of them are like, oh yeah, I like that rating. And a lot of them are like, nah, I'm a lot better than that. Number 28, defensive back, so that's wide receiver interaction. So this is going to be very interesting. Pretty much what this is it's going to be, you can actually set up before the play if you want your cornerback to be aggressive, balanced, or conservative. So he can either press the guy and be like completely one-on-one, like I'm going to destroy you. He can play off the guy, or he can kind of be in the middle. And with that in mind, same thing with wide receiver. You can be aggressive release, kind of conservative release, or, kind of like the mix between release. And with that in mind, it should really change up depending on what player you have. So obviously if you have a guy who can just blow off the offensive line or blow off the line and destroy the corner, then you're going to choose a different release than a guy like Tavon Austin, who might be speedy, but he's not going to be as aggressive as these other players. With that in mind, number 29 is going to be game styles. This season we do have different game styles. We have arcade, we have arcade mode, competitive mode, and simulation. Arcade mode is going to be for those who just want to chill, relax, and play a game with kind of no penalties. Not much penalties will happen in in arcade mode, and it will be kind of just chill and relax. Not many interceptions, not many there will be a lot of catches that it's like, what the heck, he caught that? But that's because it's arcade mode. Simulation's more realistic to football. And of course, finally, we do have competitive mode, which will be just those guys who want to go balls hard in every single game, go to competitive mode. Number 30, new O-line blocking. So this year we do have, different types of offensive line blocking. It's more realistic. The players are actually going to be able to pick up their guy and actually see the guy in front of them and block them. Many other blitzes we saw last season will be patched because of this fact that the Frostbite engine lets them actually go more in depth into the logic of these offensive linemen. Number 31 is chemistry solos are coming back. Chemistry solos will not be back day one. That's a big thing. Day one, they are not coming back. But Jake Stein did say on Twitter that throughout this year, we will see chemistry solos make a return. And I know a lot of people love that because they are coin-making gems. Number 32 is going to be free Gronk and free Champ in the first hour. I know a lot of people had an issue with this. So how this works is the first hour that each single account logged in the Ultimate Team, you have an hour to complete these solos to get a free, I'm guessing, 80 overall Gronk and 80 overall Champ Bailey. And then once you do, log in, you complete them. Then, of course, they probably disappear after that hour. Number 33, highest pullable card at launch. Right now, the highest pullable card would be a 92 overall. Honestly, what we have learned is it's probably going to be a 94 overall. At launch, it's going to be the highest pullable card we get. Number 34 is going to be no team logos on cards. So, guys, a lot of people saw the team logos of the Rookie Premier players and figured, okay, so is that like the Rookie Premier player? Is that like the team? No, that's actually a chemistry. So, if you see a team logo on a card in the right-hand side, that's a chemistry. That is not a logo. No logos will be presented on any of these MUT 18 cards. Number 35 36, less collectibles. Jake Stein said on Twitter, with the fact that taking away bronze is taking away, team items out of packs, they want to stop collectibles as much. They definitely want to limit the amount of collectibles and make it more about, actually pulling value out of these packs. Number 37, new pack animations. So now what we've seen this year is there's going to be new pack animations in the game. It's not just going to be the same thing as it was this year where it's like, that flash and then fireworks go off and stuff, fire shoots up and stuff like that. It's actually going to be a new animation. Number 38 is going to be every team has 4 upgradable players. So again, when you do get your team pack for whatever team you choose, you will have, I believe it's 4 of those players in that pack are upgradable all the way to a 91 overall. I believe you can only choose 1. I do not think you can choose all 4. With that in mind, 39 are going to be GOATs are higher than 80 overall. So yes, 80 overall will be the base elite or base, elite tier. It's 80 to 99, but GOATs will be higher than 80 overall. My assumption is they will be an 87. With that in mind, 40 non-ultimate tradable players can still be put into sets. Yes, even though, when you trade over a player from another account, it becomes non-ultimate tradable, but yes, you can still put those players into sets. So even though it is non-ultimate tradable, you can't sell it, but you can still put it in a set and get some value from it. 41. Bonus rewards and solo challenges. So now in solos, when you go ahead and do solos, you actually, some solos, not all, will have a bonus reward type of scenario. So it will say, hey, if you maybe return a punt, you get some extra coins, you get some extra collectibles, you get another player, stuff like that. Now, of course, if you do not complete the bonus and you quit the game, it is gone. You cannot go back into a solo challenge once it is quit and go ahead and do the bonus again. You cannot. Once you quit the solo, it's over. 42, a lot of solos this year. Jake Stein did say on Twitter that he believes a lot of people will love this year when it comes to solo grinding because he says there are going to be a lot of solos released this year. 43, new ball hawking mechanic. No longer can you just run around the field and hold Y and hope for an interception. You now have to time it, and there's a new timing mechanic where you have to time interceptions in order to get user picks. It's all skill now, no luck. 44, off-ball injuries. Now in Madden in general, I don't know about Ultimate Team, if injuries do come back for Ultimate Team, this will apply. Now, players could get hurt when you don't even know. So let's say your wide receiver trips and falls and hurts himself, and you're focused on the play of you running around and throwing the ball. Well, your receiver could be hurt on the opposite side of the field, and they will not tell you or show you through the camera angle. It will just say on the top of the screen, player has been injured. Number 45, hit stick mechanic. Now hit sticking is no longer going to be X or I believe square on the Xbox and PlayStation controller. It will now go back to the right analog stick, and you have to flick it in the right direction in order to land a proper hit stick. 46, ball carrier special moves. Ball carriers now are going to start actually getting a lot more moves. They're going to actually start being able to be controlled a lot more, and it's not just going to be the typical you run forward and you're done. You might do a couple jukes, you might do a spin at the most. Now there's going to actually be a whole entire system with those special moves. 47, dropped interceptions. Depending on what game mode you play, dropped interceptions will happen more often and less often. Now it matters about the catch rating of the player. If the player does not meet the average catch rating, which I believe is 75, they will drop an interception even if, they have the hands right on the ball. With that in mind, they will also not drop as many wide open interceptions. So obviously, if it's a stupid, they throw it right to your guy, he's the only guy near him, most likely he will catch the ball, but there's a chance of him dropping it if he's not wide open. Number 48, no more swerving. Thank God. They did fix swerving in this year's game. No longer will you just be able to just swerve back and forth and get a touchdown. You guys do not know what swerving is. Pretty much what happens is someone throws a deep bomb. They just swerve left and right. They go left and right with the wide receiver. The safety gets like kind of bugged out. He falls back and the wide receiver gets a free touchdown. Number 49, new hot routes. Hot routes on defense, hot routes on offense. New hot routes all together. Every single player will have a new system. With that in mind, if you do put a player with, say, on defense, safety, into a defensive back position, he will become a defensive back for that play. 50, slower players cannot catch faster players. There was this kind of glitch thing where you could hit A or X once the ball was snapped. Your player would get a speed burst and he could cover anywhere around the field, even if he was a defensive lineman. That is fixed. Now, another example I have is actually happened to me this year was I ran the ball to the left-hand side with Zeke Elliott. I was going for an 80-yard touchdown, and I got caught by Mike Daniels, 78 speed Mike Daniels, when Zeke Elliott has 97 speed on a one-on-one foot race to the end zone. That's fixed. Defenses in practice mode. So now offenses, if you're playing in on your defense in practice mode, you're trying to get better. You're setting up a blitz. If the computer sees that you're setting up a blitz, it will not hike the ball until you stop setting up the blitz. So you can get better setting up blitzes. You can get better at playing the game, and all together just have an easier time. 52. Lower rated quarterback accuracy. Now when a quarterback sucks and he has a low rated accuracy, he will actually throw incomplete passes. He will throw passes that you're like, what the heck was he throwing the ball to? Because his accuracy is low and he's not able to actually, target and pinpoint exactly where the guy is because of his accuracy ratings. 53, new overtime rules. No longer, I believe this is non-franchise mode, but every other game mode, there is no longer going to be overtime rules in the regular season. Now the rules are actually going to be just like the playoff rules, where a team cannot tie the game. It will go on endlessly until it is done with. So there's no tying, no kind of stuff like that. So new overtime rules when it comes to that kind of stuff. But we do have number 54, which is size and weight factor. What we saw last season, we saw this in when they had the little 4 foot tall players, solo challenges. Your 6'5" guy could not catch the ball over a 4 foot tall guy. That would no longer actually come into play. Now size and weight will actually come into play with every single play. When a guy hits someone, let's say a small running back gets hit, there will be a fumble. There will be more that happens than just him being able to bounce off and keep going. Obviously, again, if a small linebacker who's not that strong hits a guy who's like LeGarrette Blount size, then obviously the linebacker is just going to get pancaked. So actually that will come more into play. 55 is going to be directional control of rack catches. No longer will you catch the ball near the sideline and just run out of bounds. Now what you can do is when you catch the ball, you can actually angle yourself upfield. So when you're catching the ball, you actually can keep running and not stop running and go upfield and actually get some more yards. 56 is going to be new fumble recovery system. No longer when you're recovering, when someone fumbles the ball, will there be guys just not even going after the ball. Sometimes when you fumble the ball, half your team's just like, oh, I'm not going for the ball. Now that won't happen. All the players, when a fumble happens, will be going after the football. 57, new tackling mechanics. No longer will it just be you spam one button and you can get a tackle because you got lucky. Now it's about being in the right place in the right time. You have to be angled toward a certain certain offender in order to get the tackle. You have to be in the correct position and the correct place. You cannot just spam one button to get a tackle. 58, O-lineman awareness ratings. So offensive lineman awareness ratings are actually kind of interesting. So how this all works is your center is your most important player. He gets a 2 times boost. Now he gets 2 times boost to the overall awareness of the whole entire offensive line. That's how the unit works now. The whole entire offensive lines, all the ratings for awareness all adds up together and they get an average of their awareness ratings. Obviously the center being 2 times is very, very important. With that in mind, though, of course, the better the awareness, the better they're going to block. The worse the awareness, the worse they're going to block. 59. Elite D lineman players win most of the matchups. Now there's a real big gap when it comes to if you have a bad player, it's going to show true in the game. Now, in the past, you could have a silver offensive lineman going against a 99 overall player, and they wouldn't 100% of the time lose every single matchup, and you wouldn't be sacked every play. Now, that's going to be a tad bit different. If you do have a bad lineman against an elite defender, most of the time, he'll win every single matchup, and he'll get right to your quarterback. 97% of the time, pretty much. Now it's number 60. Impact blocking is now on defense. Impact blocking, obviously on offense, is the offensive lineman. Now that is translating to defense with blow-up/submarine the blocker. Now, the impact blocking of the defender is how long is he going to be having to hold on to the guy before he can get off the block and get away. Obviously, strength goes into that, but it also goes into his body weight, how strong he is, and how big he is compared to the offensive lineman. With that in mind, also getting past the offensive lineman, that all weighs in as factor. 61, running the ball versus a weak box. So pretty much in the past, you could have one guy, maybe two guys in the box. The box is pretty much, imagine the linebackers, guys, right? Draw a rectangular box around the linebackers, and that's the box I'm talking about, right? So when you run the ball up the middle, a lot of times against weak boxes, your halfback would still get caught, he would still be tackled, and you couldn't really, take advantage of someone not blitzing many people. Now, that's different. If you run the ball against a weak box half the time, everyone will be pancaked, and your running back will get some real good yardage. 62, halfback pass blocking. Now halfbacks actually pass block efficiently, and also actually do a good job at stopping players from coming in. Now, of course, with that in mind, that's also why you want to invest in a good pass blocking running back. That's definitely another stat that this season will matter greatly. Number 63, open field blocking and lead blockers. Now open field blocking and lead blockers will actually have the awareness to go pick up a guy in front of them. Instead of just following one guy they have at the initial snap, they will actually look to block someone to help out the ball carrier and get in the way and stop them from getting to the ball carrier. With that in mind, 64, 5 different GOATs. Obviously, that's a common thing we have learned, is there's 5 different GOATs. We got Tom Brady, Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders, Jerry Rice. I almost forgot Ray Lewis. There we go. 5 different GOATs now. So we have GOATs in next year's copy of Madden 18. Number 65 is going to be release dates. August 17th is going to be the release date for the EA Access Edition. GOAT Edition is the 22nd, and 25th will be the regular edition release dates. 66, rookie premier players upgrade throughout the year. Yes, so pretty much what happens is throughout the year, rookie premier players will upgrade based on what they do in real life. With that in mind, if they do get a card, let's say Leonard Fournette gets a Team of the Week card, his cards will match the same exact stats on that Team of the Week card as your rookie your rookie premier player, Leonard Fournette, on your team. So the second he gets that card, yours will upgrade too. 67, MUT rewards will be used a lot more this season. The one thing EA did not, I feel like they kind of did not use as much last season was MUT rewards. They said this season they will use it plenty. Number 68, screenshot or solo challenge screenshots. As you guys saw in the previous video on my channel, I have actually got a screenshot, or someone posted a screenshot of, I believe it was either Rex or Jake Stein, posted a screenshot of Madden 18 solo challenge on Twitter, so that you actually can see a solo challenge, what it looks like at the end screen. Obviously, it's not that much. It just looks a little bit different than Madden 17. Still really cool. 69, play live now. Now what they're going to do is throughout the season, they're going to crazy NFL moments that happen throughout the season. They're going to be a play live now feature where you can actually play those moments and recreate the moments that happen actually on Sundays. Number 70, They are listening to our feedback. And honestly, number 70 might be the most important one and most one I love the most. They are actually listening to our feedback. They're trying to improve the game. They're trying to cater the game to what we want to see and what the community want to see. And they're doing a great job at really taking our feedback and changing the game up based on what we are saying. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like button, subscribe channel if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like button, subscribe channel if you're new. And also, guys, make sure you check out my gaming channel and my football channel. Click on the little icon so you can go directly to the channel. Guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.